So we just got back from a full day of hiking. You might hear Ujis in the shower, but early this morning before we left, we were out for coffee and there was a DM right next door. So I just ran in and got a pregnancy test and took it in the Starbucks and it was negative. So yeah, I guess that's like a bummer, but I was so sure because these symptoms were just so weird. That's like the weirdest part about it, is that like I was so certain, and then it's just not gonna happen this month. So okay, I don't want to say I told you so too early, but we are on day 3 of a missed period. It's been 5 days since I took that negative test. So I just woke up this morning. It's pretty dark out. I'm sorry if this is really bad quality. So it's like almost 6. Ujis is at the gym. I told him I wasn't going this morning. Kind of held my pee in while he was getting dressed. And as soon as he left, I ran to the bathroom. I just peed in a cup and set the thingy like on the ledge. So we're just waiting for the timer. I've been tracking my period for nearly the whole year now, and there's only been 2 months that I wasn't 28 days. I mean, I'm so regular. It's so strange that I haven't gotten my period yet, and I'm usually super crampy before I get it, and I'm not right now, so okay. I'm just gonna look. Please don't be negative. I'm smiling. No, I'm so nervous. I smile when I'm uncomfortable. Okay, so I finally got my period today. It's like 4 days since that last clip. And despite being in the pain I'm in because I'm on my period, I feel so much better. I feel like relieved, obviously disappointed because I wanted to be pregnant, but relieved that I'm not in that purgatory. And apparently it was just like a really cruel joke that the first month we started trying was the first time that my period was way longer than it's ever been, just like an abnormally long cycle. And I don't know, I guess I placeboed myself into having pregnancy symptoms early on, like nausea, or they were just completely unrelated. I don't know, but this saga is finally over, and I will update you guys when we try again next month. So I was actually gonna test this morning because it would have been the 4th day of a missed period, but I got it early this morning. So no baby this month, but 3rd time's the charm. Okay, we're heading to the airport this weekend. We're going to Portugal with a bunch of our friends. I'm currently 7 DPO, and the earliest I've seen someone get a positive test is 8 DPO. If I am pregnant, I want to catch it as early as possible, but I know that 8 DPO is still pretty early. But I just wanted to preface in the next clips, if I'm not like reacting and maybe I won't talk or anything, like if they're really quiet, I'm just hiding my reaction, positive or negative, because I'll be staying in a house with a bunch of our friends and I know that I won't be ready to tell them if we are pregnant or anything. So yeah, that is why I'll have like a contained and quiet reaction in the next clips. Okay, so we are currently in Latvia spending Christmas with my husband's family, and I have the house to myself because they're out walking the dogs. Look at this really quickly. That is what they're walking the dogs in. So it's definitely a white Christmas. It's so beautiful. But I thought I would just kind of catch you up on the situation. So last cycle, when I wasn't pregnant, when I got my period, I struggled emotionally. And I know that we haven't even been trying for that long, but it's a real emotional toll when you want something so badly and you think that you've got it and then you don't. So I struggled for like quite a long time with recovering from that and like feeling okay about it and handling the news. So I decided this time I would not think about pregnancy at all. Like, I didn't watch any pregnancy announcement videos. I didn't watch any of the baby documentary on Netflix. I didn't watch any gender reveals. Like, I didn't spend any time focused on anything to do with babies. And instead I focused on just sewing a bunch this month. That's kind of what I did in the 2-week wait, is just sew like a mad woman. And I really enjoyed it. And I feel so much better not obsessing over the result of whether I'm pregnant or not. I still took ovulation tests to make sure that we were trying at the right time, like that our efforts were purposeful or whatever. It is now the 24th of December. I am supposed to get my period today. So I haven't tested, but if I don't get my period, then I will test first thing tomorrow, which is Christmas morning, which could be really special. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I feel very calm, and I feel like if I get my period, then we have a lot of family around and distractions, and I think I'll handle it okay because I haven't hyped it up so much this month. And then if I do get pregnant, again, we have our family around and we can celebrate that. So it's kind of best of both worlds. This month has been, like I said, much easier than previously, but it's just so funny because I don't know if anyone else has had this experience, but it's like as soon as we started trying, everyone that I follow on social media is announcing pregnancies. Like, I feel like everyone's pregnant, and I'm so happy for them, especially because I know like how bad, like what it means to want that and then to have it. I get so overjoyed when I see it. But at the same time, I'm like, I really want to be part of this club. Like, let me in. Like, I really want to join you guys. So that's been like not hard at all. But that's one of the aspects of trying to get pregnant. It's like you see pregnancy announcements everywhere. One last thing, I guess I can talk about symptoms, early symptoms. There aren't any. It could again be because I'm not focused on anything, so I'm not really paying attention, but I'm supposed to get my period today and I don't even feel a cramp, which never happens to me really. Like, I get really bad cramps during my cycle. And in the past cycles when I was actually tracking, I got cramps, like really bad cramps, a few days before. So it makes me really nervous because I'm so hopeful, because I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any cramps. I did have like back pain yesterday and the day before, but it wasn't like crampy. It was more like if you did like a deadlift wrong or you squatted wrong or something and you like pulled a muscle, like your muscles are sore. That's kind of what it felt like. But other than that, I feel fine. So I'm like, does that mean there's no signs of my period? So maybe it's not like I have early pregnancy signs, but I have no signs of PMS. But that's the update, is that I literally have no symptoms. So I didn't get my period yesterday, but I feel crampy, and so I'm nervous that it's gonna start today, and I haven't been able to fall asleep, and I keep waking up, so I just decided to sneak downstairs and take one. And I'm really scared because I only know what negative tests look like, so I'm like in my head just prepping for the negative, and I'm like, I feel like, yeah, I'm not positive. But let's look. I think that's a freaking lie, but I don't know.
I've seen so many pregnancy videos, like pregnancy reaction videos, and whenever the women are like, I don't know that line, I'm like, of course it is, you're pregnant. But when you look at your own line, you can't believe it. I think I'm pregnant, I really do. I think this is real. I think this is a positive test. I really want it to be positive. I really think this is a positive test, but it's too faint. I don't know. I think I'm pregnant. I'll let you know in a few days.
Okay, so this video is turning out to be much longer than we expected it would. As you know, I miscarried a month ago. So on our 4th month of trying, we got pregnant, and then at exactly 6 weeks, I lost the baby. And the midwife who confirmed my miscarriage said that I could get my period back in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. She just didn't know because, of course, every woman's body is different. And following the miscarriage, I did use OPKs and I did have an LH surge. So we participated around that time, trying again for the 5th month, but unfortunately, I'm not pregnant. So I got my period back exactly a month after the miscarriage. And as I said, I miscarried at exactly 6 weeks, so my body is nothing if not punctual. And I think I'll do a whole video on the experience of having a miscarriage because I learned a lot, and it showed me how little I actually knew about fertility and about miscarriages. And I can also talk about some ways that I dealt with it and maybe answer questions if anyone has questions about it. So I'll save that for a future video. I also will maybe talk about how it's like affected the pregnancy journey. I don't want to start rambling in this video. This video is just finding out I'm pregnant. I guess I'll just leave you with that update for now. The next time you see me will be month number 6 of trying. Let's see if it happens. I'm not sure why I'm filming this because I'm not going to take a test. It's, I think it's too early. I mean, it's definitely too early, and it's the middle of the day, so it's not even like morning pee. But I feel like this is the only minute that I'm going to have to myself because Russia invaded Ukraine a few days ago, and there's just been an influx of Ukrainian refugees, and we've been taking families in. We just had a family of 6 leave, and I've prepped the house for the family that's coming in an hour or so, and it just gets so hectic, and I don't know, do I want to be like finding out I'm pregnant while hosting people who are in really difficult situation? But will I even find out if I take it now? I don't know. I guess it wouldn't hurt to take a test now, because if nothing comes of it, then I just wait and see. And if there is a line, then I know, and I can start making appointments. The last time I was pregnant, obviously we didn't go to a clinic because we were traveling. And I wonder if we had gone to a clinic, could I have found out what was wrong and prevented it? Maybe there's something you can get to like raise your levels if that was the problem, or it would have just been nice to know. Maybe I could have done something about it. And so I want to find out as soon as possible this time and get into the clinic and find out if there's anything I can do to prevent a second miscarriage. So why not? Let's just take one. If it's negative, then we'll take one again. I have to make this quick. It's been longer than 4 minutes, and I'm confident there's not going to be a line, so we'll just look and then move on with our day. Yeah, there's no line, so cool. See you next time. Raise your hand if this video is moving so far away from what you thought it would be. As you saw, I ended up in the hospital yesterday. So I got my period, and I have always had very painful periods. I thought it was normal. But yesterday I was in so much pain. I've never experienced pain like that before. Even when I had my miscarriage, this was way more painful. Painkillers weren't working. I was throwing up, shaking, couldn't think properly, couldn't speak properly, couldn't walk. And my husband didn't know what else to do, so he took me to the emergency room and did a bunch of tests, blood work, all these things, vaginal ultrasound. Turns out they diagnosed me with a type of endometriosis, which is called adenomyosis, which means that the endometrium lining of my uterus, the inner lining, actually grows into the muscle walls. And women with adenomyosis have a harder time getting pregnant, and they have a harder time staying pregnant. So they have like twice as likely a chance of miscarrying. So that is new information. And we're gonna make some appointments to go see some gynecologists and fertility specialists. Now I don't really know what to do with all these clips because I feel like it's gonna take us so much longer to get pregnant and to stay pregnant than previously assumed. Like, I thought this video was done in December. So I don't know if I post this or like keep going and we just make it a feature film. Anyway, that's the update. So obviously I'm gonna keep tracking my cycle, taking my temperature, all these things. We'll keep trying naturally, but I might do like a separate video on what I learn about our fertility journey. Again, I don't know. That's just the update for now. Let's see what happens. Okay, I have an update for you. I just got back from an appointment with an OBGYN where we did another vaginal ultrasound, and she said that she actually doesn't see any signs of adenomyosis. She can't rule out endometriosis completely without a tissue sample, but there's no clear sign. So if I do have something like adenomyosis or endometriosis, it's not severe. What she did see though is that my right, and I have the ultrasound, she saw that my right ovary is actually attached to my uterus, which could indicate that the tube is blocked. And I have more eggs than most women, or the average woman, which means that I likely have hormone imbalances, which again could affect fertility and increase chances of miscarriage. I have thyroid issues, like that runs in my family. So we made appointments to do a bunch of tests for, like, as I mentioned, thyroid, other hormones and such. And we're also gonna do a small procedure to see if my tubes are open. But the good news is that I don't need any kind of surgery for endometriosis. And in the chance that the tube on my right side is closed, she still wouldn't recommend IVF because my left side would be open and it would take us longer to get pregnant, but we could do it naturally. So that's all good news. I'm really excited. Thank you for sticking it out with me this long. I won't film each month like I was previously because, as I said, it's probably going to take us a little longer to get pregnant than, well, it's already taking me longer than I thought, but I don't know how many more months or what the likelihood is that I will get pregnant even this year. So I will just check back in with you the next time I miss my period by a week or so. Okay, talk soon. Okay, we're back in the car because this is the only place that I have full privacy, and I just got back from a doctor's appointment. So I told you in the last clip that I was supposed to get a whole hormone profile done the next time that I was on my period, but I got pregnant. So that didn't happen. I found out on Saturday. It's Tuesday now. So I've known for 4 days and I didn't film it. I didn't even think to film taking the test. It wasn't anything exciting. I just knew that I had to reschedule the doctor's appointment because I wasn't on my period, and I knew that they would ask if I had taken one. So I took one, and I wasn't pessimistic. I wasn't sure that it was negative, but I also, didn't know if it would be positive. So I know that sounds horrible, but it wasn't. There was zero reaction. I just took the test, then showed my husband. I was like, hey, there's a line, so I'll call the doctor. And he was excited, obviously. But I think for me, how do I explain this? I know you're supposed to be so excited, and obviously I want a kid. I think before, getting a positive pregnancy test felt like a victory, and now the victory is not miscarrying. So I think I'll be excited, like really genuinely, tears and all that, a similar reaction to the first time I got a positive pregnancy test. Once I hear a heartbeat or have a little more proof that this baby's gonna make it. Oh, I know that sounds so bad, but that's just the reality of it, and I can't lie. I can't fake a reaction. And I can't be the only woman who feels this way, especially after just having a miscarriage. So if you weren't crazy excited when you got a positive because you were a little afraid that it wouldn't come to term, then you're not alone, because I also feel the same way. So we have another appointment in 2 weeks, and the doctor said that we most likely could hear a heartbeat. That's very exciting. And I am on progesterone. So yeah. I don't want to end this clip here because I feel like it's such a downer, but it is finding out I'm pregnant, and I am pregnant. But just like last time, I don't, So I think this one will be the end. We'll have one more clip, and if I miscarry, that'll be that clip. But if I'm pregnant, then woo! Let's see in a minute. All right, did I get pregnant? Or did I stay pregnant? Oh my goodness. It's a real baby.